Welcome to VidZet. I'm Dr. Ted Noel. It's been 4 days since the last debate, and people have been asking, where's the video? Where's the video? Well, it's here. The reason it has taken this long is pretty simple. I have a huge army of people out there scouring every possible video of everything related to the debate. Then they send it to me. I have to sort through it all and figure out what is worth using in a video here and what I really can't quite use. So it takes a bit of time. It also takes time to find all of those videos because there are bits in one place, bits in another, things that I might not see and things that somebody else sees. So it takes some time. There's some things that get sent in that we'll discuss at the end. Now, in the third debate, we saw first eye crossing. This has been a universal finding in every public appearance by Hillary Clinton. I counted a handful of events. Some other people counted more. But they weren't really dramatic. I think if they'd been dramatic, the news media would have jumped all over it. But since they weren't dramatic, we just don't get much attention on it. One of our old friends shows up. You may recall at the convention when during the balloon drop, Hillary got that bizarre face with the wide open mouth and bug eyes. Well, that shows up again after the debate. Hillary goes down to greet friends, and somewhere during the process, something catches her eye, and lo and behold, it's there. So we have, again, a dyskinetic position. Unfortunately, we only have a still shot of it. We don't have the video. Now, as we continue on, she gets on her campaign plane, and then we have 2 or 3 really, really big episodes of eye crossing. As a matter of fact, that video is now being used by the Association of American Physicians and Surgeons to take a survey as to whether their members believe that Hillary has a neurologic disorder that needs to be discussed. So, it'll be interesting to see that come out shortly. But things get much more interesting. At the Al Smith dinner, there is an episode where she's out in the crowd after the dinner itself, talking with friends, and there are 2 massive events of eye crossing. One is just a very big event that's unmistakable, pops back to normal, and then the next one we see her left eye is pointing straight ahead and her right eye has its pupil just buried in the medial canthus. There's no mistaking this is a massive eye crossing, and this is once again dyskinesia. This is one of those things that happens when you give enough medicine to get above the treatment level to make sure you don't have the big problems, but now you get into side effects. There are plenty of these eye crossing events at virtually every public event. I'm not going to take time to pick them out from Cleveland and from wherever else we see them. Basically, every time Hillary appears in public, her eyes cross. It's just something she can't avoid if she gets enough levodopa to make sure that she is not shaking badly. Now, going back to the debate itself, I did spot a little bit of that hand posture we talked about, where you have the fingers here and then the little finger is tucked way under here. As you notice, in my making that hand posture, I have to pull my finger underneath. Hillary is doing it automatically, and anyone I've challenged to do this intentionally basically has to force that little finger under. This looks like a Parkinson position that's popping up. There are some things that people point out that just don't hold water. For example, that light on Hillary's podium. It's there. It's real. Guess what? It's not a teleprompter. That light happens to be what's called a fill light. It brings light up from this position to her face to wash out any shadows that might be created by wrinkles. That is, it makes her face look younger. Donald has one on his podium, he just doesn't turn it on. Some people are talking about an earpiece. I'm sorry, We've got plenty of video looking at both sides. There's no earpiece out there. Somebody asked about rapid blinking. Oh, is that Parkinson's? No. Parkinson's disease is associated with dry eyes that come from two things. First, it comes from this bug-eyed thing that we see. The second thing is it comes from blinking that's too slow. So if you're going to look at blinking for Parkinson's disease, you're going to look at very slow blinking where the eyes stay open and then blink. Stay open for quite a while and then blink. And you may have noticed I unconsciously blinked in the middle there because I can't hold mine open that long as a routine. Other people have asked about that sickening smile and cackling voice. I'm sorry. I've been afflicted with it at least as much as you have by having to watch all of these videos, and I'm sorry. That's just Hillary. What about a head nodding tremor? We've seen her kind of do this 3 or 4 times. Maybe a head nodding tremor, but remember, Parkinson tremors are tremors at rest. And so if she's just sitting there listening and this is going on, she may not notice it. But there is reason to believe that her team has seen our videos. And in that case, what we may very well be seeing is she starts a tremor and she's, uh-oh, I better not. And so she consciously stops it. It doesn't leave us with enough to say anything about. Some people asked about lip smacking. I saw her wet her lips once or twice. Eye color. People have talked about, oh, look, her eyes are blue. Well, I took some time looking frame by frame until I got the very best pictures I could get. And I don't know why I would ever want to know this, but her eyes are brown. She's not wearing blue contact lenses. And then the final question is decreased facial mobility. Parkinson's disease has a problem called hypomemia, which basically translates into a mask face, where nothing moves, whatever, there's no expression in the face. She does not demonstrate it. In fact, when she's on her meds, she demonstrates perfectly normal movement of her face. Now, that doesn't mean she doesn't have it when her med levels go down. But if you will recall, when Joe talked about his Aunt B, he said when she's on her medicines, she looks absolutely normal. And I really think that's what's happening, is that Hillary is still in the middle stages of the disease where she can take her meds, appear in public, and then look normal. But she can't look normal at everything. That eye crossing seems to follow her everywhere she goes. And so, yes, there is evidence. It continues. It's just not the big dramatic stuff that would be, everybody look at me, I've got something weird going on. And then it would allow us to say, look, there's a big problem here. Not happening. That's it for now. I'm Dr. Ted Noel. Thanks for watching.